your own map. It's cool and all, but I can't go back and play the story. Minecraft. This is going to be replacing my Monday series, The Magic Circle, which I had a little bit of a mishap with. I did a foolish thing and saved over my master file. Completely gone. I have nothing to continue with that series with. And it's not like I can even go back and replay the game. About completely uninstalling it and resetting every data file for it. Because every time I start it up, it wants to go into creator mode where you build your own map. It's cool and all, but I can't go back and play the story. And I recorded the whole thing in one go, from start to finish of the game. And I had the bad luck of somehow managing to save over it last week. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I wanted to go create this week's episode, edit it, put it together right, chop out any boring, well, I wouldn't say boring parts because probably most of it is boring. Well, that's an interesting effect. I never noticed that. Alright. Yeah, as I was saying. Sorry, I got distracted by the tree texture reflecting on the water that I'm underneath. It's not near the water, but okay. As I was saying about Magic Circle, yeah, I filmed it all in one take. Thought it was a good idea, try to get ahead of the curve, so I wouldn't have to be recording, editing all in the same day. And it worked for like 2 weeks. But somehow I saved over it last week, the master file, the whole clip. And I filmed the new intro today, and I went to go grab the file to edit it, and it was gone. The whole master file was gone. It was just last week's episode, and I was like, oh no. I saved over my master file. That's horrible. So, because of that, I'm starting a Minecraft series. I had to start a new game, pick a new game. I picked a game that, it's easy to get into, easy to play. Now I can figure out how to, create small talk for most of the episode. As we see, we're kind of on a island right now. Not a bad island. I first thought this was going to be a survival island, and I turned around and looked at what is this? East side? Let's see what direction I'm facing. I am facing south. So, south. Yeah, south. Oh, yeah, that's right. Like, why is the sun on the southern half of the sky? And I realized it's the shader pack I have on. Makes it so the sun actually arches in the sky. So, rises there, goes up across, and then arches back down to the west. It's like, why is it in the south? I thought this was west for a second, or east, depending what time of the day it is, and it's midday. The sun should be here, not there. Shader pack's really throwing me off. Alright, let's turn off this so you don't have all that showing. Alright, let's get ourselves a boat and check out what that is right there, right where my crosshairs are. Let's go see what that is, because that looks weird. It's a desert, so why is there a thing there? Unless that's a sunken ship, which if it is, cool. Maybe some good resources right from the start. Let's make ourselves a boat so we can get over there. And let's take that with us. There we go. It looks like a ship. Where are you going, boat? Yeah, it is a sunken ship. Cool. Shipwreck. A buried shipwreck. Oh, that's even cooler. It's a buried shipwreck. Oh, that's awesome. I've never actually had one of those. Let's make ourselves a shovel. Two, because it's wooden shovels, so. Okay. Oh no. Am I not gonna get a ship? Is this just gonna be a mast? I think I'm just gonna get masts. No treasure. Oh. Let's put that sand back. Alright. Maybe we'll find some more ship. Oh no. It's not going too good. It's encased in stone. Okay, I found a deck. Oh, this is deep. I found a ship. What part of the ship? I have no clue where I am on this boat. We're doing an archaeological dig. We're digging up an ancient ship. Let's see if it has goodies. Sorry, this is so slow and boring. But there's not much I can do about that. Okay. Let's dig ourselves up to the surface real quick. Oh no, it's getting sunset. It's not good. Up to the surface. I need to get a stone pickaxe. Yep, the sun is setting. Oh no, it's getting nightfall. Gotta survive the first night with no house. Just me digging out a ship. Let's make another pickaxe just to be safe. Alright, we got 2 pickaxes. Alright. That sand block back in. I just gotta find our way into the ship before it gets dark. Let's break this pickaxe first, though. I think I found the bow? Yeah, the bow. Found the bow of the ship. Okay. So, everything is this way. Yep, there's the trapdoors. Okay. Oh. I don't know why that happens. That happens every version of Minecraft has that little hiccup where a block breaks. At least every version I've played. of Java. Can't say it every version because Bedrock doesn't have that hiccup. We're making progress. We're uncovering a ship. And the amount of work I'm putting into this, might as well make this my home. At least my starter home. Oh, it's snack time. I need to start putting some torches down, or I'm gonna have visitors. All right. I don't mind, huh? Oh my, that's not good. Excuse me. Oh my. Yeah, allergies are kicking my butt this year. I'm even taking my Claritin every night before bed, so I'm good for the morning. Even that's not working so good. Well, hopefully I'm just allergic to like tree pollen. I have no clue what my allergies are. I'm just allergic to something in the springtime. That's all I know. All right. We're inside the ship now. Clearing out this room. And there's a chest. Yay, the chest's actually stayed. 2 books, not bad. 10 pieces of paper, 3 feathers, and a treasure map. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Found the other treasure chest. There should be one more. And that's in the captain's quarters. A bunch of rotten potatoes, some paper, and leather pants of mending. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. My first piece of armor. Alright. Throw a torch right here so this room isn't dark. Alright, back up. Let's continue clearing out this part of the ship. Let's get the treasure that's in the captain's quarters. Let's add some light to this dark area. Oh, there went another pickaxe. There's the table. So the chest should be this direction. There it is. Ooh. Ooh, right off the bat, this is a good treasure chest. Wow. 7 emeralds, 7 iron, 7 iron nuggets, 6 lapis, and a diamond. Nice. We got our first diamond already. Let's just make this a little bit more cleared out. Alright. Ooh, lovely. There's a drowned nearby. Guess I'll keep clearing it for the first night. There's really not much I can do in the first night right now, other than, you know, break some blocks. Right. 'Cause, 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 let's see, this is the first Monday of April? Yeah, first Monday of April. Day after Easter. Okay. How was everybody's Easter? I hope it was good. I hope you all had a good Easter. Hope you enjoyed your candy and your goodies. Did you guys gifts? If you got gifts for Easter, if that's how you celebrate Easter, then I hope you got a bunch of good stuff to snack on or play with. Some people I know get presents. Like it's like another form of Christmas to them. I got some candy. My lovely wife gave me candy for Easter. There's like a bag of jelly beans, Krispy Kreme jelly belly jelly beans, some ginger chews because I like ginger, and also she got me some ginger chews. Oh, cool! I can actually this normal. Surprisingly, the trapdoor didn't throw me off on that. Oh yeah, back to the side. And I also got a chocolate bar. That was my Easter candy. Ah. Definitely nighttime still. Grab my crafting table and bring that down there with me. The morning is coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's coming. It's coming. Oh no, I'm not weaponized. I'm not weaponized. Leave me alone. I do not own a weapon. Captain's quarters. I'm safe. Because nothing's gonna get me in here. Let's clear this room out a little bit more though. Ooh. Ooh. Coal. I was not expecting coal. I can make some torches now. Let's put the crafting table down. Crafting table. Let's make a quick little furnace. Furnace. Make some sticks. Need to make a sword, so I'm protected. And a couple more pickaxes. Alright. Now, crouched it out. Alright. I'm going to put the chests together. Got some bigger chests going on for more storage. Boom. And let's put that one there. Alright. Let's clear the inventory. Drop the excess. I'm gonna need food. Alright. It's sunrise. I'm gonna go back into your water. Leave me alone. That's what I thought. Huh? You're gonna come and drown if you don't. Right now. No, no, no. Get sugar cane going to make more paper so we can make maps. Lots and lots of maps. Alright, we got our sugar cane going. That looks like a beautiful, perfect staircase already. So enticing. Well, definitely wasn't a survival island. It did start on an island. Oh, excuse me, Enderman. Wow, this is a small desert. Some cool split peak look going on here. We need to get a bed. That's definitely for sure. We need a bed. Let me get it. I want your leather. Yes. Okay, I got a piece of rabbit hide. We need what? How many of those for a backpack? It's not really a backpack, but a satchel. Store things in. I think it's like 7? I don't know. Never really actually crafted one of those. I'm just hoping for like a village or something, or some sheep. I'm looking for a village or some sheep. I need a bed. Found pigs. They do not give me wool, so they're just food. Hey, come back here. More pigs out in the distance. I don't know what I'm doing. And I bought the render distance out, so I can that's resource packs. It's not what I'm looking for. Video setting. There you go. Let's push it to 30. 30. No, not 31. 30. Alright. That should make finding things a little bit easier, for finding a village sooner, so I don't actually need to turn away. Sheep! Oh my god, a lot of sheep. Ow. Come back here. 1, 2, just need 3. Thank you. And I'm out of here. So we'd love to find a village. Give me some resources real quick. Okay, I found more desert. Okay, donkey. Okay, donkey. Alright. Ooh. Coal. Always good. This coal. Head back to my ship. Ooh, more coal. Wow. There's a lot of coal around here. I'm not complaining. It just takes a lot of time to mine it all. If I do find a village, I really hope there's like a weaponsmith or something there, so I can get, or even a toolsmith or something. I don't even know if the toolsmiths are a real thing in this. I really don't know villager classes anymore. I haven't played Minecraft in a big while. So, all the changes and things they've added, still quite new to me. Alright. That should be enough coal for now. 39, yeah. Even more coal. Am I headed the right way to my ship? I don't even know anymore. Oh no. Don't tell me I lost my... Oh, there it is. I see it. The weird thing that sticks out in the distance in the sand. You're like, what is that? What is that? Oh, it's a sunken ship. Alright. We're almost there. I guess we'll go for a nice little swim across to it. So we have a desert and more mountains. Savannah. Islands. Let's really take a look at that treasure map. Oh no, my wool. Get back here. I need you to make a bed. Oh. Oh, wow. The treasure is actually pretty close by. I'm actually impressed with that. Usually it's never that close to the shipwreck it's found on. At least the map, the map's found on. Alright. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Just because it's just rendering more distance. Oh, went past it. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's right about here. Somewhere. Oh. Do I have a shovel? Yes, I do. Still have a shovel. Okay. Oh, I'm so horrible at finding buried treasure. It should be like right here. It's not in the sand. Oh my god. There it is. Ooh. 3 emeralds. Got myself a diamond pickaxe already. I don't even see why my computer's slowing down. And route. You know what? Back to the render distance. Let's drop that back down. 30's too much. Leave it at 16. Oh, that's so much better. And the hiccup's bigger. Alright. Since the ship is weirdly positioned, it's like partially touching the water. It's gonna make things, clearing it out, making it visible a little bit more harder to do. We'll do it. Get it there. Oh, oh, I have a shovel. Alright, we're in the house part. Let's cook up some food. Let's craft the bed. So we don't have phantoms spawning. But there. Alright, table's gonna come back. I'm just gonna do it weirdly. There we go. Table's back. And repaired. That's the back window. That should be a side window. That's another side window. This leads, ouch, to the bridge. Right? That's what it's called? I don't know. I'm not a sailor. I don't know sailing terms for boats. I just know port, starboard, bow, and stern. Oh. So that's just really convenient. I don't have to break the sand, it just breaks itself. Oh my god, it keeps going up. Digging out ships, tedious work. Especially when there's a lot of sand you gotta dig out. And it's nightfall. Let's go to bed and force morning to come. Alright. It's morning. Water everywhere. This is what makes things so difficult. There's so much water. It's filling the water space over here. Get rid of all the water so it doesn't flow into my ship anymore. And I can continue the excavation work. I'm assuming I found the edge here. Got a lot of sand. I'm not complaining because if I find some bees, I can start a bee colony, or technically starting my own apiary. Yeah, I know that term. Thank you, Skyrim. But I do have to say, the ship is making it easier to clear out the sand. Back up. rest of the sand? Water with the sand. Alright. Or is this what? What? Have a water source block. Here. Okay. They're making way to this water a little bit trickier, but can be done. There's a source block. A waterlogged step. Alright. Got the water stop flowing in. Clearing off the rest of the ship. Oh, we're getting there. Get this done. We can make progress a lot faster. Definitely need to find access to the caves down below so I can get more resources. Maybe I should tell you like what shader pack I'm using. So probably some of you guys are wondering. Video settings, shaders. I'm using BSL standard. It's probably outdated too. Probably has a new version of it out by now. I said he. It could be very well a she. I really don't know. I don't know who created it. I don't know their name. Could be a he, could be a she. Could be somewhere in between. I don't know. Who am I to judge? All I know, very decent shader pack. Doesn't lag so much. Even while recording, which that impresses me. Oh, you want to hear something kind of, well, funny and interesting, and yet not yet funny, but it is still kind of interesting. Okay, Saturday it was. My graphics card decided to, start going out on its way out the door, dying, kicking the bucket. So I lost the access to my second monitor for temporarily. Had to switch the port it uses to connect to the graphics card. Was connected to a display port, but that wasn't working. Checked it, the computer sees that the monitor was plugged in, but just wasn't outputting a signal to it. And so that tells me the wire's good, the monitor's good. Well, obviously it's still good because I'm using it. I wouldn't really upset if the monitor went, because this is a pretty nice monitor. It's my primary monitor. The secondary one's a small little thing. That's what I use to look at to see if everything's recording properly. So I thought, great. It's dying, it's kicking the bucket. I'm looking at my computer, I'm like, this computer is a good, 5 years old now? In computer terms, it's archaic. it's ancient, especially for gaming. It's archaic and ancient. So, I started looking at computers because trying to buy a graphics card is nigh impossible unless you want to sink like at least $2,000 into a graphics card. Any decent one. And anything that's an upgrade for me is going to cost me a pretty penny. To a degree. Because graphics cards are tricky and complex like that. And, well, I started looking at computers because, looking at pre-builds because pre-builds at least have a graphics card in it. And it's an upgrade from what I currently have. So I was like, okay, let's start looking at that. I was comparing things using user benchmark website. Just comparing like all the like my current graphics card versus any other graphics card and see where it ranks up in that. And quite a bit of graphics cards are a lot better than what I currently have. Though some of you probably would argue differ, but I say it's I have a GTX 1050 Ti. And when I was looking at graphics cards, thing that drives me crazy about NVIDIA, which I still don't understand how the numbering system works. Because I was looking at graphics cards, you have the 1050, you have the 1060, the 1070. Then you have things like the 1650 and like that. And I was like, okay, well, doing basic assumption, you'd assume that the 1650 will definitely be a lot better than, let's say, the 1070 or the 1060 because, well, the number's bigger. Nah, not one bit. 1650 is apparently weaker than, say, the 1060. Yeah, 1060 is stronger than the 1650. I was like, the 1650 is weak, but the number is so much bigger. Shouldn't it be better? Nope, not even close. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, every time I've ever had an NVIDIA graphics card, which is quite often because, well, they're the easiest ones to come by out there because they're the most popular, but they're the most expensive. And I was looking, I'm like, well, my computer is an AMD. I have never had issue with actual AMD parts. So it's like, let's look at AMD graphics cards. So I went to take a peek at the Radeons, and Radeons are a lot better than NVIDIA. And I'm like, why is NVIDIA so big? Okay, I'll give it the RTXs. Okay, right now there's no true AMD equivalent to a RTX. Not true equivalent. There is close equivalencies, but not exactly true equivalent. So I was like, okay. So I compared the Radeons. I looked at the 500 series, and I looked at the 50. The 500, the 50. What do we say? 5000? Yeah, you would say 5000. It's the 5000 series. And I'm like, okay, the 5000 series, like the 5700s and all that, are phenomenal. They definitely outshine what I got. Definitely outshine it by a lot. But they're hard to come by, just like most graphics cards. They're out of stock. We are in a graphics card shortage, which is horrible, especially when your graphics card decides, I'm going to start kicking the bucket now. And you're like, not now. I can't go out and replace you unless I want to buy something less than what I got. and I don't want to buy something that's weaker than what I currently got. So looked at the 500 series. The 500 series is comparing like the 50 550 model and the 550 model. Yeah, it's a better way to pronounce it. Getting tongue tied here, but I looked at the 550 model. That's basically on par of what I got. I think there's the 560, and there's the 570, and I know there's a 580 and a 590. I think I'm getting the 570. That's the one I picked. I picked the 570 because my computer would not be able to run anything better than that without going out and buying a new power supply. 1 second. Am I peaking? It looks like I'm peaking. I'm not peaking at like max peaking, but I'm maxing pretty high. Sorry, I was looking at the recording screen. Yeah. But yeah, if I wanted a better graphics card, I would have to get a new power supply, and I don't feel like doing that yet. I do really want to, upgrade from what I currently have. I have an Asus pre-built, it was a 5-year-old game, 5 years ago, low-end gaming rig. Had a horrible graphics card to start with, which I replaced with the 1050. And, at the time, that was phenomenal. I'm like, I got a good graphics card. But as I was saying with the user benchmark website, I downloaded the thing, so you can benchmark your own computer. And this is what makes this very interesting, and I consider it a little bit funny, is according to the benchmark, my computer is a potato. It's a potato. It basically said that it shouldn't be able to play any really good games. And I'm like, really? It says I can't play any current modern games. I'm like, okay, I'll give it. I'm not going to be able to play, like Godfall or anything that's come out in the past year. It's like, I definitely wouldn't be able to run like Cyberpunk. Nah. But what makes me laugh at this is that, well, you see right now, I'm playing Minecraft with a shader pack on. Yeah, I can't have full render distance. I have to deal with like 16 chunk distance, but that's not bad. And while recording and not really having any hiccups or lags, and considering it's Minecraft Java and it's notorious for lagging and hiccups, even with Optifine, it has its moments where you're like, it's lagging. It's being slow. But I'm like, I even played Grand Theft Auto 5 on this computer. Yeah, it wasn't recording, but I played it. And it ran pretty smooth, too. So I was like, you're telling me that my computer's a potato. Can't really play any games, but here I am playing like Dark Souls and recording, playing Minecraft and recording. It had 3 classes. You had your graphics, which is your GPU. You had your core computer, I guess you'd say what it'd be, and then you have like workstation. And they have their little ranking system on their site. Like they're labeled like in ship terms, like sailing terms. And best rank you can have, which is 100%, which starts at 100%, is only 100%, is UFO. Then it drops down to like 95, 90%, and so on down to like 25%. So there's a lot of tiers. Like paddle boat, it's like probably the lowest rank. No, not paddle boat. I don't know, but All I know is my computer got ranked surfboard. Battleship for just the core computer alone got ranked as Battleship, which pretty high up there. It's like 70%. So I was like, oh, that's good. It's at 70% there, but workstation wise and gaming, they're giving me a ranked word of surfboard, which is like what 35%, I believe they had it at. That's where surfboard starts, and I'm like, you'd be very lucky if you can play games on this or do any type of recording or streaming. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing that right now. How is that even possible? I guess, according to their opinion, that it's not that good of a computer, and well, I'll agree, it's not the most amazing. It has a quad core with 4 virtual cores, which, yeah, it does make the processing a little bit better, but it's still a quad core. 4 physical cores is not amazing nowadays. That's like basic. Oh, you have a quad core? Okay, that's cool. Well, that's what most people have. Now, if you go like, oh, I have a 16 core computer, you're like, oh, you have a pretty decent processor there. And, as I was looking, I saw things on there for computers. I was like, maybe one day, a $5,000 graphics card. You want to know how much gigs of RAM that graphics card has? This is what blew my mind. I've never heard of a graphics card that had that much RAM in it. 32 gigs of RAM. 32 gig RAM graphics card. That's just mind-blowing. I'm like, I would love to see how well that handles anything and everything game-wise. Because I'd bet there'd be no issues anywhere. Maybe even compatibility with things, but gaming-wise, running stuff on the computer probably runs phenomenal. Like, my graphics card, I think, is a 4 gigs of RAM. I think it's 4. Could be 8. I think it's a 4, though. Which, for a graphics card, is pretty low. Especially for gaming. 16 gigs of RAM. I've upgraded it quite a bit. The motherboard only holds 32 gigs, so I'm like halfway to maxing it out. So. And I was going to do that like a couple months ago, or whatever ago, and I was looking at, went to Newegg, and I was looking for RAM, because I wanted to upgrade the RAM. My 16 gigs is good and all, but it could be better. And since this is an older computer, it doesn't use DDR4 RAM, it uses DDR3. So RAM's even cheaper. And I was like, all right, looking at the RAM, and then all of a sudden I see the little thing, build a PC. I'm like, I haven't looked at that in like ages. Let's see what it does, let's see what's just out there. And in my opinion, I built a pretty good computer. I spent like half the day playing with it. And without a graphics card, which unfortunately, because Newegg has like nothing for when it comes to graphics cards right now. Like most sites, they have nothing that's not costing you an arm and a leg. I was like, all right, no graphics card, because I'm going from a $1,200 computer to a $3,000 computer just by adding one part. I was like, yeah, my graphics card is good. I'll just build it without the graphics card. And I'm like, I don't need the hard disk drive, because, well, I have one. So that went off. Put a solid state in there because, well, I don't have a solid state. I have a 2 terabyte hard disk, and yes, boot time is horrible. I start the computer, I have to let it boot and sit on the login screen for like 20 minutes before I can even log in. So if I don't, I'm gonna sit there forever waiting for it to finish booting everything up. And I've turned off a lot of startup programs. I only have the basics, like my antivirus. That needs to boot. Razer Synapses. It's not necessary to boot, but...
I didn't understand that.
Sorry, my phone heard me talking. I thought I was talking to it. But, what was I saying? Sorry, my phone threw me off and completely lost where I was in my thoughts. Yeah, talking about building the computer. I have no clue where I was with that. But, yeah, I picked a decent case. It was like $70. I liked the way it looked. It was cheap. Cool. $70. Cheap. Good to go. Even RGB case, a $70 RGB case. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's what I was talking about. Startup of my computer. The things that like boot. Yeah, I only have like Razer Synapses, antivirus, my computer monitoring programs, stuff that monitors like the temperature, how much RAM is being used, how much of my CPU is being used. Not my CPU, my disk, sorry. The CPU temperature, not the usage. But it does tell me, like, the processing speed it's currently going at. And then I have my GPU temperature monitor. Those are like the only things, and my wallpaper program. That's literally all that boots on my computer when it turns on. And it takes 20 minutes. Yeah, I know, it's probably because the computer's like 5 years old and, parts are wearing down and burning out. Considering I think the only original parts left in that computer is probably the one stick of RAM and the hard drive, the PSU, and my DVD drive. Not DVD, Blu-ray drive. Everything else I've replaced. I've replaced the cooling system for the processor. It's now, a tiny water-cooled system. The fan that came with it doesn't work with my motherboard. So I have jerry-rigged like a cooling system for it. Maybe one day I'll take a picture of this, share a picture of it. Because probably by the time I get to that, I'll probably have my new computer. Hopefully I got a new computer. Because definitely make everything I'm doing a lot easier, a lot smoother. Get myself a true battle station. But my battle station has improved. I'll give it that. Yeah. But with the computer I was building, I even got like an MSI motherboard. MSI, that's an expensive brand. Good quality too. That's why it's expensive. But an MSI motherboard with a built-in. I'm saying this is like something that should be like, I'm all of it because it's not just a horrible built-in onboard Wi-Fi adapter. This was like the antennas are coming off the motherboard, like true antennas, and it literally took up the whole the top corner of the motherboard and really made it stand out. Like, hey, and I was reading the description, and they were like, there's a high-end Wi-Fi adapter built in. I was like, ooh, that's cool. And I'm looking at the motherboard. The motherboard itself is RGB. I was like, oh, that's cool looking. And so I picked that one. I'm like, it's pretty good. It's a really good board. Picked the Ryzen 7 processor. I think it's third gen Ryzen 7. I don't remember the numbers that go after the 7. But then I picked out like, I think it was 32 gigs of RAM. I think the motherboard I picked had like a max out of 128 gigs. I was like, I can't even imagine what 128 gigs of RAM was like. Because I can see the difference. I'm pretty up there in age. I'm going to be 32 this week. So I've played with computers quite a bit in my life. I've seen them going from like Apple IIe, because that's what my mom had when I was a little child. It was an Apple IIe green screen computer. Played games like Canfield and had simple word processor, Lotus 123 if I'm not mistaken. Then we eventually upgraded. We got our next computer, which was a Commodore 64, which was still, at the time, really outdated, but it was a good gaming machine. I had a lot of fun as a kid playing games on that. My mom enjoyed it because she had some fun doing basic programming with it. Then we upgraded again. We got a Windows 3.1 machine. And this was probably 96-ish when we got that. So already we were like still behind in technology. And then my sister gave my parents a computer because she's like, you guys don't have a good computer. Join the rest of the modern world. So she gave us a slightly decent computer. It had Windows 95. I loved it. As a kid, I had a lot of great games built in. You know, SimCity 2000. Oh, that was fun. Played that a lot. There's a game that actually appears on Steam now. Chips Challenge. I played. That was one of my games too. That was my jam back then too. Chips Challenge and what was it? SimCity. Those are the games I played back in the day. Those are the games that really, I had access to as a kid on a computer. I was a console gamer as a kid. That computer started to kick a bucket. We upgraded, kick the bucket, but we upgraded the operating system to 98. We were disappointed that, it lost a lot of the fun stuff that made 95, in my opinion, great. My dad was a little disappointed with it too. He's like, Windows 95, that was the best one. And then we got XP. We got newer computers. We had Windows XP when XP was a thing, and then we had Windows Vista. By then, I had my own computer. It wasn't an amazing computer. It was a e-machine. Very basic computer. Very basic what it can do. But it was enough for me to play, like, at the time I was playing World of Warcraft. Yep, I was a WoW player. I wasn't like most WoW players. I wasn't absorbed into the game to the point where, it became my life. I was even antisocial on an online game. I didn't interact with people, very rarely grouped up with anybody. I was like, I wish I could do all these dungeons by myself. Why do I have to have somebody to play with to do certain things? And, that's where I lost the appeal to it. I did have it for quite a few years. It was about, I got it when I was like, 16 when I started playing World of Warcraft. Stopped playing it when I was like 21, 22. By then, I found my new replacement to things that I could play. Because by then, I was getting more into PC gaming. And then my friend introduced me to this lovely game that we're playing right now. And this has become my biggest obsession of video games is Minecraft. It reminded me of one of the games I played as a kid that I'm very disappointed they never remade or tried to recreate it. Well, they did try to recreate it, but they did it horribly, and I saw the reviews. It's a big disappointment. That's Legos. I had Lego Creator in 95 and 98. Then Windows XP came out, and then the game could not be played. Because every time you pop it in, it goes, it cannot be played on a Windows NT setup. I'm like, and after 98, all Windows systems became Windows NT, which was networking stuff. So there went Lego Creator out the window, and I was like, I enjoyed that game. Unfortunately, when I played it, we didn't have a decent computer, so it ran horribly. And it was like, it was, in my opinion, the precursor to Minecraft. There probably was a game out there before Lego Creator that played like Lego Creator and Minecraft, and I could do the research and get that information, but I didn't do research for I'm not going to research things that I'm going to small talk about with you guys. Not unless I'm doing like, an educational video that talks about things. Obviously, then I'll do research. Just put the time into it and everything. But for small talk, I'm not about to put a lot of effort in for small talk. So, yeah, I've been, after that, I went out to laptops for a little bit. Because I wasn't living at home anymore with my parents, and so I moved out, moved in with my girlfriend, and since I wasn't fully moved out of my parents' house, so I really didn't want to leave where I was living. Because why would you want to leave someplace that you can go out and go for a hike, like literally walk out your door, walk down the street a little bit, and just go out into the woods and take a little hike, or a place that you don't have to worry about summer traffic, because where you live is not a tourist place. But I eventually caved and settled down where I live now, which is a summer tourist trap. Every summer I dread going outside and driving the roads, just because I'm going to sit in traffic for like 20 minutes just to travel down the road 5 minutes. So I was like, not too thrilled about that. And summer's right around the corner, and it's going to get worse. It could be worse than last year. I'm surprised last year was as bad as it was for going down to the beach. Because there was a lot of cars, a lot of traffic. And at that time, I was also working a job of doing delivery work and trying to deliver people's medications when you have to go deal with tons of traffic, especially where some of the places some people you're delivered to live on the beach, so you have to sit in the traffic. So yeah, did not enjoy that. Still don't enjoy it, but what you gonna do? You don't have the money to move. You don't have the money to move. But would I love to go back to being able to just walk outside and go, hey, I feel like going to go wander the woods for a little bit. So let me just take a walk down the road 2 minutes and just hop into the woods and walk some trails that people have created. When I say people created, I mean like just random people. Oh, I have a dirt bike, I have a quad, I want to go quadding. Since I can't take the quad out in the woods, I got, not out on the road, and there's not like there's any public locations that, like a quad park or a dirt bike park, which would be cool, to be honest. Like there's anything like that near where I was living. So, everybody would go out into the woods and create trails by cutting down trees, and not like cutting down a lot of trees, but I'm just like, cut down like a tree here or there, and clear out some shrubbery and shit like that. So, Yeah, miss that. Really do. Right now, where I live, I can look out my window and literally look into my neighbor's house. Like, literally see nicely into their house. And it's like, I don't like that. I do not like looking out the window and seeing just my neighbor's house. And then looking out another window and seeing another neighbor's house. Literally look out every window around the house and just look at another house. And it's like, I miss looking at the window and going, hey, there's a yard. Hey, there's some forest. Hey, okay, there's a street there, but hey, on the other side of that street is more forest. I just miss that. But whatever. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. And right now, in my current situation, I just gotta deal with the fact that, I don't have as much nature as I would like to have around me. So, yeah, I can go to the parks, but they're parks. It's not, yeah, it's out in nature, but it's not wild. It's a park. Someone goes around and maintains it. Yes, it's still nature. Yes, it's still technically wilderness, but it's not true wilderness where you step out into the woods and you can walk like 5 miles in one direction and still not find a house or a sign of civilization. That's fun. I like that. It's scary if you're like run across a wild animal that like a black bear, and you go, oh, hi bear. I'm just gonna turn around and not turn around, but slowly back away and just continue, just head back home then. Yes, that's the end of my walk. That's exactly what happened to me one time out in the woods. Walking the trails and all of a sudden look to my right and there's a big old black bear moseying along and I'm like, oh, well, I'm just gonna keep an eye on you and slowly just back up the trail and as soon as you're out of eyesight, like I can't see you, you can't see me, I'm booking it. And that's what I did. I backed out, got to a certain point, and then I just booked it. So, yeah. But there's a thrill in having that scare of like, oh, I could get killed by this animal if I'm not careful. True, living where I do live, I have the fear of the worst kind of animal killing me, which is human. Because, humans are the worst animals, usually. We're just the only ones that are more slightly civilized, I guess. Because then you look at things people find, you're like, hey, there's a baby, what was it? Wildebeest being raised by a tiger or a lion. You're like, why is the predator raising the prey? I thought they're animals. Animals don't think like this. They're not kind, are they? And it makes you start questioning, and then you're like, well, humans aren't like that. Very rarely do you have someone go, hey, I'm going to raise this child because I found it, or, well, maybe back in the day, but nowadays, you did that, you'd be like, you just stole someone's child, possibly, and obviously you don't want to do that. That's jail time. Possibly jail time. Except that one presses the charges against you and everything like that. But, yeah, I digress. I don't know how I got to this with computers, but I did. But with the computer I was building even had, RGB RAM. That was cool. I was like, ooh, RGB RAM? Cool. I can afford that. It's not really going to be computer expensive. But really, what I loved the most that I picked out for that computer was the modular PSU. Ability to change the wires I need to use. If I need to have a 6-pin for a graphics card, I can actually have a 6-pin wire. That's why I'm like, my power supply is horrible. One, I don't even think it's even closely to the recommended wattage output for my current graphics card. Actually, I'm surprised it's the power supply is doing it, working as much as it is. It's running, 3 fans, besides a graphics card that when you look at, they recommend at least a 500 watt, which I'm like, this card is old. It came out 7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 7. I looked at some of my graphics cards and ages. I don't remember how old this one is, but it came out a while ago. And, it uses about 75 watts. Chilling. And even put a light strip onto this computer. I have a light strip plugged in. I have literally all the USB ports are filled, and then I have USB extender adapters plugged in. It's a wired mess at my computer. Though I have to admit, my wire management is okay. Could be better, but with what I'm working with, I'm working with what I got. So, I'm just surprised that 350 watt power supply is powering as much as it does. Yes, sometimes if I fully shut it down, I actually have to unplug a couple things from it so I can reboot. But yeah, wow. I just looked at how long I've been recording for, and I guess I'm gonna call it a day for now. I still have to, edit and everything. So this has to be up by 8 o'clock tonight. So I have to edit, export, upload, and it has to process before I can even hit the button to post it. So I'm gonna end this here right now. Well, let's end the day and let's wait for nightfall at least so I can end the day and start the next video. A new day. Okay, there we go. Nightfall. All right. I want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was more entertaining than any of my previous videos. I like you, if you want, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Hey, here's something I can interact with you guys. I'm gonna give you a question. Though I had the question as soon as I started talking about it, I forgot what it was. What was it? Okay. What is your favorite version? Not version of Minecraft, like Bedrock versus Java. Everyone has their preferences on that. I'm saying, what, version number? Did you like Minecraft 1.6? Since 1.7 is not out yet, I can't say 1.7, but I have a feeling 1.7 is going to be up there on the list when it comes out of everyone's favorite Minecraft version number, because there's so much coming for this version. I can't wait. I can't wait for the full release so I can get the shader packs and start a whole new series with you guys with Minecraft, with a whole new thing, because I highly doubt they're going to be able to convert the old worlds to the new format of the worlds, the increased build height and everything. But as I was saying, tell me your favorite version of Minecraft. Was it 1.6, 1.5, 1.4? Was it the first initial release? Or was it beta? Tell me. Leave it in the comments below. I'll let you guys know which one my favorite is. Next one. With that said, I'll see you guys later. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.